It's early, the kind of early when the sky has yet to fully open its eyes, and you're wrapped in the comforting warmth of your blanket. Your eyelids flutter open, and for a brief second, you're caught between the call of a new day and the temptation of just a few more minutes of rest. The world is waiting, and your mind is already at full speed work. Responsibilities, endless tasks. It all crashes over you like a wave, and before you know it, you're back hitting snooze. Trying to hide from the inevitable dots sound familiar? The morning routine often feels like the enemy. But what if I told you that the real enemy isn't the morning itself? It's how we choose to respond to it. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." The Stoic didn't avoid the morning, he faced it. He conquered it. A solid morning routine isn't just about boosting productivity. It's about setting the tone for your day. It's a silent declaration, I am ready to live with intention today. You've probably heard the saying, win the morning, win the day. And while we can't control everything that happens throughout the day, we can take charge of our first hour. It's that simple. Think about it. If you don't choose how to start your morning, life will choose it for you, and it rarely aligns with what you want. But when you start your day with intention, you set the rhythm for the rest of it. Here's a challenge. Start tomorrow morning with 10 minutes of stillness. No phone, no distractions, just you and your breath. It doesn't need to be complicated. Meditate, journal, or even read a brief passage from philosophy. The key is intention. You're setting the tone for the day, reminding yourself that you are in control, not the world around you. That first hour is where everything begins. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, it's your training ground. You don't need the entire 60 minutes to set yourself up for success. Just 10 minutes of undistracted focus will do. This is more than a morning routine. It's a declaration of how you choose to live. Let's take this one step further. The first decision of your day is vital, but the snooze button, that's the enemy. You're not just delaying getting up. You're setting the stage for procrastination. When you hit snooze, you send your brain a simple message. Not now. It's not that important. And here's the problem: your brain believes you. That extra 5 or 10 minutes might seem harmless, but the consequences run deeper than you think. Sleep inertia, that groggy, sluggish feeling after hitting snooze, can last anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. During this window, your cognitive abilities, judgment, and reaction time drop by 20 to 30%. Essentially, you're starting your day with a brain that's still recovering, and you wonder why everything feels like a struggle. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine two salespeople starting their Monday. The first one wakes up on the first ring, gets out of bed immediately, and spends his first 10 minutes setting 3 goals. Call 20 prospects, close at least 1 deal, and finish his report before 4 p.m. He's proactive, clear, and ready. By the end of the day, he's the top performer on his team. Now, the second salesperson hits snooze 3 times, rushes to get dressed, grabs breakfast on the go, and his mind is still foggy. He arrives 15 minutes late. The first client is already annoyed, and the entire day is spent catching up. All it took was one button to separate the two. But their worlds are completely different. The morning is an opportunity, not just a starting point. It's your privilege to design the beginning of your day. The first thing you do upon waking shapes your perception of everything that follows. So, what can you do right now to start owning your mornings? Start simple. Move your alarm out of arm's reach so you have to get up to turn it off. Drink a glass of water to hydrate and switch on a bright light to kickstart your energy. These small, intentional acts can reset your whole system, both mentally and physically. By changing just the first moment of your day, you're not just adjusting your routine, you're reprogramming your entire mindset. You're beginning your day with purpose, not as a reaction to the world. This is your chance to start strong. Let's continue this journey and talk about the next step. How to take control over the rest of your day and build a morning that works for you. As we continue to explore how our mornings shape our lives, let's dive into a powerful concept: how every hour of your day can reflect what you truly value. Imagine starting each day with a clear intention, knowing exactly what matters to you. What if the way you organize your time is not just about tasks, but about creating a life that mirrors your deepest beliefs? This is the essence of scheduling with your values at the core. And it all starts with how you use your first hours. Ryan Holiday, a well-known author and Stoic philosopher, doesn't jump into emails or Zoom calls first thing in the morning. Instead, he begins his day with deliberate acts, reading and farm chores. From 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., he dedicates his time to reading and reflecting, the foundation of his writing and personal philosophy. Afterward, he heads outdoors to tend to his garden, feed his goats, and water his plants. At first glance, this pace might seem slow compared to the fast-paced, hustle-driven lifestyle we're often encouraged to adopt. But there's nothing random about it. Holiday's morning routine revolves around 3 key values: learning, practice, and a connection to nature and family. Each part of his morning exists not to fill time, but to protect the things that are truly meaningful to him. This is the power of an intentional morning. Time doesn't slip by passively, it is guided by purpose, reflecting your deepest values. In those precious morning hours, you're not just planning your day. You're actively shaping the person you aspire to become. Now, many people make a common mistake when it comes to scheduling. They think of it purely as a time management tool. But scheduling is much more than that. It's a moral compass, a way to reveal what you truly honor and where you're directing your energy. A calendar filled with pointless meetings, mindless scrolling, and reactions to other people's priorities will never lead you to a fulfilling life. The key question to ask yourself is, what purpose does my calendar really serve? Who is designing my day, or the demands of others? Every empty slot, every notification you allow, every meeting you accept, it's all a choice, a vote for the kind of person you are becoming. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you must build up your life action by action and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible. And no one can keep you from this. This isn't just philosophical advice, it's a blueprint. for how to structure your day. By applying Stoic principles to something as practical as scheduling, you'll see a fresh approach to prioritizing. It's not about what's urgent or what someone else demands from you. It's about focusing on the practices that strengthen your inner life. Things like journaling, exercise, learning, and meaningful conversation. These activities don't usually show up on your calendar unless you make them a priority. Morning is the golden window for these kinds of activities. Before the world wakes up and starts pulling at you, your willpower is intact, your mind is clear, and you still have control over your thoughts. To take advantage of that precious time, you need to act deliberately. Don't just hope you'll find time, make it happen. Print out your weekly calendar and place it somewhere you can't ignore it. Mark 3 blocks of time in the morning for deep, uninterrupted work. No phone, no social media. Just you and the most important things you're building. Finally, set a phone reminder that says protect the asset and lock your device away for the first 90 minutes of your day. Don't let technology steal your momentum before you even get started. When you treat your calendar as a compass for your values, not just a tool for efficiency, you'll feel a remarkable change. You'll be less pulled in every direction, less stressed, and you'll possess something truly valuable: confidence that you are on the right path. Now that you have a clearer picture of how to take control of your time, let's move forward and explore how to make the most out of your morning routine. How each decision you make can lead you to a day filled with purpose and intention. As we dive deeper into building a morning routine that truly reflects your values, it's crucial to remember a second-rate calendar can't build a first-rate life. Every block of time you allocate in your day is like a brick in the house you're constructing. So, how are you laying your bricks? Are they placed with intention? Or are you allowing distractions to knock them out of alignment? Take a moment to reflect on that. Each action you take is a step toward the life you're building. So make sure your actions are deliberate and purposeful. What's more, your schedule needs to reflect what you truly believe in. Look at your calendar. What does it say about your values? Does it support your core beliefs? Or is it filled with tasks that don't align with your deeper aspiration? Remember, you don't have to live exactly like someone else, such as Ryan Holiday, but you must craft a routine that mirrors your values. Have you taken the time to consciously structure your mornings, ensuring they set the right tone for your entire day? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share how you design your day in the comments. And you might inspire someone else to start their own journey, starting with just the first hour. Now, let's talk about momentum. It's often not the big, flashy routines that make a difference. It's the small, consistent actions that compound over time. Many people give up on their morning routines after just a few days because they feel overwhelmed by the idea that they need to do everything. Meditate, go to the gym, journal, read, take cold showers, and on it goes. But here's the truth. You don't need to do it all. You just need to repeat one meaningful action long enough for it to become part of who you are. The Stoics, while not superstitious, valued ritual. They believed that even small actions, when done with presence and intention, could transform into a sacred practice. It's not about the universe needing it. It's about you needing it to remind yourself of who you truly are. Imagine this: reading just 10 pages every morning. By the end of the year, you'll have read more than 3,600 pages, about 12 books. Or perhaps committing to just 15 minutes of stretching or planking every morning. That's 90 hours of movement in a year done by you, through a small action repeated consistently. Momentum doesn't just appear on its own. It's built through a steady rhythm of consistency. Take Jocko Willink, for instance. He didn't gain his following because of elaborate workouts or motivational speeches. His daily ritual is simple. He posts a photo of his watch at 4:30 a.m. every day. No captions. No hashtags, just a silent declaration. I woke up. I'm ready. And more than 2 million people follow him for this. They see an uncompromising spirit in that simple action, a ritual that's so ingrained that it can't be skipped. And that's what you need: an anchor action, a single thing you do every morning without fail. No excuses, no compromises. It doesn't have to be grand. It just needs to be non-negotiable. It could be something as simple as writing down 3 things you're grateful for, stretching for 5 minutes, or reading a passage from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. Or it could be as easy as pouring yourself a glass of water, standing tall, and taking 3 deep breaths, consciously reminding yourself, I'm not here to be swept along by the day. I'm here to step into it with intention. So, ask yourself, what is that one small, meaningful action you can commit to every morning? It doesn't matter how simple it is, it only matters that you show up and do it, without fail, every single day. As you start building this routine, you'll realize that the first step to mastering your mornings, and, by extension, your life, is creating those anchor actions. And as you continue this journey, what will be the next step to reinforce and build on the strength of your habits? Let's move forward and explore how you can use each day to build lasting resilience and intention. As we build a morning routine that aligns with our values, the next step is crucial: stacking habits around that anchor. Imagine you've already created that first, small, non-negotiable habit, the anchor that keeps you grounded. Now, it's time to expand. This is where habit stacking comes into play. It's simple but powerful. Attach a new habit to something that's already in your routine. For example, write for 5 minutes after brewing your coffee, or read a page while the washing machine is running. You could meditate for 3 minutes after brushing your teeth. The key is to pair something you already do automatically with a new habit that's just as simple. No need for perfect discipline, just a clear starting point to build momentum. Don't underestimate the power of small rituals. Even the tiniest actions, when done consistently, send a profound message to your mind. I am a person with direction. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, even a small one, you reinforce your self-trust. This is the strongest psychological tool you have for maintaining momentum throughout your day. On the other hand, every time you hit snooze on the alarm, you're quietly telling yourself, I can't control myself. Over time, these small acts of self-sabotage pile up. They rob you of more than just your morning. They chip away at your self-respect, your confidence, and ultimately your momentum. But it doesn't take much to change this. What you need is ritual. A small habit that's non-negotiable. Something that you do every single morning. Write it down. Attach it to an existing habit. Then, keep the promise. Repeat it. Let this one small action carry you through your day, week, and year. Like a red thread running through the chaos of the world. Your morning isn't a stage for showing off. It's the moment to remember where you're going and who you're becoming. Momentum doesn't start with a sprint, it starts with one meaningful action. Repeated long enough for it to become part of who you are. And now, let's talk about two complementary forces, gratitude and goals. These two forces might seem like they pull you in opposite directions. One keeps you grounded in the present, while the other pushes you toward the future. But when combined, they create a balanced, resilient mind. This balance is what the Stoics referred to as mastering yourself. Seneca once said, "He is most powerful who has power over himself." The true strength is not about conquering the world around you, but about mastering the impulses within. Each morning, you have the opportunity to do just that, not by diving into emails or rushing into your first meeting, but by sitting down, picking up a pen, and writing. Write about what you're grateful for. Avoid vague statements like "I'm grateful to be alive." Instead, get specific. Maybe you're thankful for the cup of coffee someone brewed for you, or for a kind text from a friend. Perhaps it's just the joy of a headache-free morning. The key is specificity. This transforms gratitude from an abstract concept into a real feeling. When you record gratitude, you are telling your mind, "I am enough." In these first moments of the day, before the world pulls you in every direction, gratitude serves as an anchor. It grounds you in the present and primes you to face the day with a sense of abundance, not lack. And when combined with your goals, this practice gives you a powerful, balanced start to each day. But as we continue, we will explore how to harness the energy of gratitude and ambition to fuel the rest of your day. So, let's dive into how you can move from gratitude to action, and how combining both will create the momentum you need to not only survive, but thrive. After grounding yourself in gratitude, the next step is to set your intention for the day ahead. This is where direction meets purpose. It's not enough to simply appreciate the present moment. You need to take a step forward. And that step starts with a clear goal. Without a goal, gratitude can leave you stagnant. You might feel content, but there's a danger of settling for good enough and missing out on the best. Stoicism teaches us not to extinguish ambition, but to discipline it. It shows us how to harness our desires and ambitions, turning them into tools that serve our principles rather than derail us from our path. After you've written your 3 lines of gratitude, take a moment to pen just one sentence. "I am becoming." This is your personal anchor for the day. It's a reflection of who you aim to become: a calmer parent, a more disciplined entrepreneur, or someone who reacts with less emotion. That one sentence is powerful. It becomes your compass, your daily vow, spoken before the world begins to pull at your attention. Take inspiration from Olympic athletes who don't simply train their bodies, they train their minds. Each morning, they write in journals, setting their intentions, mentally visualizing the competition ahead. The event may only last a few minutes, but the preparation begins the moment they wake up. In your own life, you might not be competing in a stadium, but you're certainly battling procrastination, distractions, laziness, and those little voices urging you to sleep just a bit longer. How you start your day determines how you'll play this game. Will you live by instinct or with clear, deliberate strategy? Will you let old habits guide you, or will you choose action, guided by intention? You don't need to be an athlete to live like a champion. All you need to do is open your eyes, choose action, and take command of your life. Try this simple 5-minute exercise when you wake up. Sit down, open a notebook, write 3 specific things you're grateful for. No need to make them grand, just real, concrete moments. Write 1 sentence that resonates with you. I am becoming. Let it reflect the person you aspire to be. This doesn't require monumental effort. It's about forming a ritual, one that grounds you in the present and propels you forward toward the future. And this ritual, practiced consistently, will slowly change you, not because you performed some grand action, but because you forged a habit, one that sets the tone for your life. You don't need another self-help book. What you need is a quiet morning, a deliberate morning. You don't need more time. You need control of the first hour. Gratitude grounds you, and goals move you. One helps you love who you are, and the other reminds you that even better awaits. If you keep striving, without a deliberate morning, there can be no deliberate life. So, let me ask you this. If you can't command your mind at dawn, how will you expect to command it for the rest of the day? The world will commandeer your attention, one distraction at a time. Will you let it? Will you choose gratitude, or will you complain? Will you live with intention, or will you drift? And most importantly, will you write it down, or let it slip away? Let us know, what will you write in tomorrow morning's journal? Which version of yourself are you becoming? Now, let's explore the power of movement and how it can help fuel your day, giving you the energy and clarity you need to face whatever comes your way. After grounding yourself with gratitude and setting clear intentions, the next powerful step is recognizing how the body and mind work in harmony to shape your day. As we saw before, the Stoics understood the importance of physical well-being to sustain mental clarity. Marcus Aurelius didn't just sit back and write his meditations after a lazy start to the day. He was a warrior and an emperor, and he knew the significance of action to lay the foundation for a productive and focused mind. Now, picture this: a remote programmer, deeply immersed in his coding tasks all day, with no gym or personal trainer in sight. Yet, before diving into his first Pomodoro session, he spends just 5 minutes performing dynamic stretches. He stretches his muscles, twists his torso, rotates his wrists, and breathes deeply. There are no motivational music tracks or cheering crowds, only the simple will to take charge of his own body. And the result? He enters his coding session with sharper focus, quicker reflexes, and a noticeable boost in productivity. No heavy head, no need for that third coffee shot. Just 5 minutes of stretching before diving into his work. This isn't a mystical productivity hack. It's grounded in basic neuroscience and physiology. Warming up the body promotes blood flow, wakes up the body and sends a clear signal to the brain. It's time to get to work. A small habit with a huge payoff, all without needing to extend your hours. The secret? Using those same few minutes in the right way. In today's world, where distractions pull at us from every corner, we often do the opposite. We open our eyes, grab our phones, scroll through the news, and let anxiety sink in before we've even given our body a chance to wake up. Instead of stepping into the new day with intention, we let ourselves be dragged into it. As Epictetus wisely said, you become what you give your attention to. If your morning is filled with sluggishness, you're setting yourself up for a sluggish day. So why not try something simple? The next time you feel your energy drain or your mind start to fog, stand up and move for just 2 minutes. Don't wait for inspiration. And don't wait until the task is finished. Get up, stretch, rotate, jump, and let your body do the heavy lifting for your mind. This isn't about launching into an intense workout routine. It's about making a small but powerful declaration of life. With each movement, you affirm that you are in control, not the chaos of the world outside. Stoicism teaches us not to chase fleeting positive emotions, but to generate inner strength. And there's no quicker, simpler, or clearer way to do that than through movement. To move is to act, to refuse stagnation, to remind yourself, I'm not waiting for a good day to happen. I'm creating it. And the best part, you don't need to be a fitness enthusiast to make this work. You don't need hours of extra time. It's as simple as the first step you take when the alarm rings, or when you're about to open another tab on your browser. Move, then move again. Movement is one part of the puzzle, but to unlock your true potential in the morning, you need more. You need a structure, a personal ritual that primes you for clarity, focus, and intentional action. So, how do you design a morning routine that works for you, one that reflects the Stoic spirit, where you command your mind before the world gets a chance to steer it? Let's dive into how to build a routine that shapes not just your day, but the person you are becoming. Stay tuned for the next part, where we'll break down the steps to create a morning ritual that grounds you and propels you forward into a day of purpose and progress. As we move forward, let's continue exploring the power of designing a morning routine, a practice that aligns with your values and shields you from the chaos that might otherwise govern your day. The question isn't whether your day will be overwhelming, it will be. The question is, how will you respond to it? The answer lies in crafting a routine, one that you design intentionally, not by imitation, but by aligning it with your core principles. This doesn't have to be complex. In fact, the simpler, the better. A solid routine needs 3 layers, 15 to 30 minutes in total, consistently practiced until it becomes second nature. The goal is to create a mental and physical framework that resists the unpredictable nature of life chaos and stagnation, allowing you to remain grounded. Layer 1. The anchor morning is like a ship leaving harbor. Without a solid anchor, it drifts into the unknown, vulnerable to the currents around it. An anchor habit, simple and repetitive, locks your mind in place, creating a firm foundation amidst the distractions of emails, social media, and looming deadlines. Think about it if you are a student. Perhaps you could start your day by writing down 3 learning goals. Or if you're an entrepreneur, a 5-minute meditation session could serve as your anchor, allowing you to observe your thoughts, just as Marcus Aurelius did during his morning reflections. The specific habit matters less than its consistency. The repetition of your anchor habit is what fortifies your resilience over time. It's like an anchor, keeping you centered in the face of life's daily challenges. Layer 2. Growth ensure. Mind is steadied with your anchor. It's time to step into the growth zone. The morning is when your brain is fresh, untarnished by the noise and distractions of the day. This is your golden window for learning. The time to invest in something that will make you better than you were yesterday. Spend 10 to 20 minutes on something that nourishes your growth. Maybe it's reading 10 pages of a book every day. By the end of the year, you'll have read 3,600 pages, the equivalent of nearly 12 books. Or perhaps it's listening to a 15-minute industry podcast, setting you ahead of 90% of your peers who never make time for new learning. Remember Seneca's wisdom. We are not short on time. We squander it. Don't let your mornings go to waste. Make this time count. Layer 3. Vitality. Mind and body are inseparable. Clear thinking is impossible without physical energy. You can't hope to lead your day with clarity if your body is sluggish. Whether it's a set of 5-minute planks, 15 push-ups, or a brisk walk round the block, the key is movement. Epictetus, despite his crippled leg, taught discipline through action because he knew the body must be stirred to life for the mind to follow. Vitality isn't about achieving a sculpted physique, it's about waking up your willpower. A body in motion generates the energy needed to fuel a productive day, bringing your mind into alignment with your intentions. 3 layers. One system, know you have it. 3 layers that form the foundation of a morning routine that anchors you, helps you grow, and awakens your vitality. This system isn't about following someone else's schedule or template. It's about creating your own design, one that reflects your own goals and values. This system should become second nature within 30, 60, or 90 days. It's no longer a habit, it becomes your identity. Remember, a routine isn't just about sterile discipline. It's a vow, a commitment to yourself to live with intention and not let the world dictate your pace. It's a stoic response to life's disorder, a quiet rebellion against chaos. Rather than chasing after distractions, you choose to step back, breathe, and act intentionally. Starting small is key. Don't worry about perfection. Keep your phone off the nightstand. Lay your notebook out the night before. Set your alarm 15 minutes earlier. The goal isn't to overwhelm yourself, but to build momentum, one small decision at a time. In this way, you transform your mornings and, eventually, your entire life. Now that we've built a foundation for your morning, let's talk about how you can carry that momentum throughout the day. Stay tuned as we dive into actionable strategies for staying intentional even when the world pulls at you. As we've explored the importance of taking control of your mornings, let's dive deeper into the power of the first few minutes of your day. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about presence. It's about being awake, prepared, and intentional, even when the world around you is still asleep. You're building a fortress against procrastination, distractions, and self-doubt. This isn't something that will happen someday. It starts tomorrow morning. Your morning doesn't need to be flawless, but it does need to have you in it fully present, awake, and ready to face the world on your terms. You can't control everything around you, but you can control how you begin your day. And sometimes, that small act of control is all you need to set the tone for success. There's no such thing as a morning miracle, just you and the choices you make in those early hours. Success doesn't demand an hour-long meditation session or running 10 kilometers. It can be as simple as waking up on time, writing 3 lines of gratitude, or keeping your phone out of reach for the first 30 minutes of your day. What will you choose to do tomorrow morning? Just one action. Write it down in the comments, and then come back in 7 days to tell me what's changed. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Happiness depends upon ourselves. Action begins not when you feel ready, but the moment the alarm rings." You control the first 60 minutes of your day. Embrace the Stoic spirit, master yourself, practice virtue, and refuse to let the world steer your mind. If you found value in this, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you won't miss the next video. I'll see you tomorrow morning, not just to dream, but to do. And now, let's continue to uncover how you can use these small yet powerful actions to guide the rest of your day. Stay tuned for the next step in mastering your morning routine.